The Yankees and the Rays should make this trade. We're going to go over what the heck I'm talking about. But before I do me a favor. If you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. The Yankees and the Rays both have their own set of needs. The Yankees, to some people, they need a second baseman or a third baseman. And right here in this deal, I have the New York Yankees acquiring a second baseman. Now, I'm seeing people mention Roderick Arias' name, even George Lombard's name, going to Tampa Bay for this second baseman. And guys, honestly, I don't think it's going to take that much to get him. Not that I don't think the Yankees would have to trade value, but in this trade scenario, I'm trying to consider what the Rays also need and what for their future. And there's a position where the Rays have said, hey, we need this. And I think the Yankees have a surplus at that position in the minor leagues. I think this trade works. So let's start off with who the heck the Rays would be getting. So firstly, the Yankees would be sending relief pitcher Mark Leiter Jr. to Tampa Bay. Now, he was acquired last year at the deadline. As a member of the Yankees, Leiter Jr. struggled at like a 4.5 ERA, I believe. But in 58 innings last year between the Cubs and the Yankees, Leiter had 86 strikeouts. He won't be a free agent until 2027. With the acquisition of Devin Williams and Fernando Cruz, two high strikeout guys, it makes Leiter Jr., in my opinion, much more expendable. The Yankees also need to add a left-handed pitcher to that bullpen. In moving Leiter, you could then add, let's say, a Tim Hill to take Leiter's spot in the pen. Now, the Rays would also acquire catching prospect Rafael Flores. Now, Flores played some first base last year as well in the minor leagues, but he's primarily a catcher. In the very beginning of the offseason, the Rays cited that the catching position was a big need for them. Obviously, of course, at the major league level, and they acquired Danny Jansen, who is due to make $8 million with a club option of $12 million for 2026. I don't foresee the Rays exercising that option. Jansen last year hit 9 home runs, just over a 200 average with like a 650 OPS. So I don't foresee them exercising that 2026 option. So in acquiring Flores, kind of future-proofs you a little bit. The Rays also have a catcher down there in the minors named Dominic Keegan, who's also pretty damn good. I believe he's ranked as their 12th or 13th prospect in their system. But adding in Flores, who's very good offensively, by the way. Flores last year split time between high A and double A. And in 57 games in high A, Flores hit 285, 6 home runs with 35 RBI, over an 800 OPS, I believe 870 OPS down there for Hudson Valley. And then he earned a promotion to double A, and he performed even better offensively. In 65 games, Flores hit 274, 15 home runs with 33 RBI and an 878 OPS. Flores outperformed Keegan offensively last year at AA while playing in less games. Keegan, though, is also pretty solid offensively. Hit 285, 9 home runs, 60 RBI with an 806 OPS. So this trade helps future-proof the Rays at the catcher position, especially if these two guys are ready by 2026. Looking through Flores' numbers, it kind of made it difficult for me to say, hey, the Yankees should part ways with him, but you have to give something up to get something, and the Yankees would be acquiring second baseman Brandon Lowe. Now, Lowe, he missed some time at the beginning of the year last year, but overall in 107 games for the Rays, Lowe hit 244, 21 home runs, 58 RBI with a 783 OPS. He's under contract for the 2025 season and has a team option for 2026. Lowe, though, he suffered with injuries in years past. I believe he played in 149 games back in 2021, and then 22, 23, and 24 suffered with some injuries So that's why, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to take a Roderick Arias or a George Lombard to go and get him. He has 2 more years of control, at least 2 more years of control in Lao. And the Rays need catching, and Rafael Flores does fit that bill. He's a catcher. He's a freaking catcher, and a pretty damn good offensive one at that. Also plays a little first base. So I think this move makes sense for both teams. Now, Lao defensively last year was much better than Gleyber Torres. Torres, -11 defensive runs saved, -7 outs above average, according to Fangraphs. Lao last season, a -1 defensive run saved and 0 outs above average. So much better than Gleyber Torres defensively over there at second base. Lao is also a left-handed bat too. So you also add that to your lineup. But in acquiring Lao also means that Jazz Chisum would remain at third base. A lot of Yankee fans, including myself, would much rather see Chisum over there at second base. He's very, very good over there. He was pretty damn solid over there at third base too, don't get me wrong, but I would rather Chisum play second base. But in this scenario, in acquiring Lao, he wouldn't be. He would be playing third base, and he really did hold his own last year, man. Jazz is one guy that I'm incredibly excited for. A full season with the Yankees. He's going to abuse that short porch over there in Yankee Stadium. I could see Chisum. He stole over 40 bases last year. I could see him for sure being a 30-30 guy next season. Absolutely being a 30-30 guy. I wouldn't say 40-40. I won't go that far, but I could see Chisum just having one heck of a year that's going to shock Yankee fans. It wouldn't shock me, though. The guy's a damn good ball player, and I think next season he could definitely be a 30-30 guy. I was just thinking maybe he could do that over there at second base, but instead, most likely, and well, in this scenario anyway, he would be doing it at third base. And if you don't want to make this trade, if you're a Yankees fan, if you don't want to make this trade, you could have a position battle between Cabrera, Peraza, and even LeMahieu, but that's not the road most Yankee fans want to go down. I'm not entirely against a battle between Peraza, Cabrera, and DJ. I would love to see Peraza go out on top in that battle, and we finally see what he could do over 2 to 3 consecutive months of baseball. But in getting Lao, you're getting a guy who once upon a time hit 39 home runs in a big league season, had a 4.5 WAR. He was exceptional. But then after that, he struggled with injuries. And that's the downside. He has struggled with injuries in years past, but a damn good ball player, one that I would love to have on the Yankees. And I think if you could trade away a reliever, an expendable one in Mark Leiter Jr., who was a high strikeout guy, and then catcher Rafael Flores, which the Rays have cited that they definitely need more of that in their organization. And Flores could be major league ready by 2026, if not maybe even next year if he starts off the year hot. So listen, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you're a Yankees fan, would you do this trade? If you're a Rays fan, am I freaking crazy? Or would you do this trade? Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.